Hello and welcome everyone again to the wide and wonderful world of TMGeek. I am your host, Kevin the Philosopher Poss, joined with me on the desk today by AA Run, Aaron Canole. How are you, my friend?
Good. I'm glad to be back here for another in the never-ending saga of TMGeek and the continuous redesign of the background behind you. I like the Halloween poster.
Oh, thanks, buddy. Yeah, I know. My office continues to be redesigned. Got the new desk going on now. It's constantly evolving. Eventually, there'll be bookcases back there. It'll be crazy. So yeah, we have an awesome match going on today. We have coming up Kirby the Conqueror French versus JD Domash, two 0-1 rookies. Coming off of the rookie brawls that we had. They are two very good players, and I'm interested to see how they match up. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, absolutely. Both of these guys are competitors who are coming in here, going into those rookie brawls, those three-person matches. It set the odds against the rookies that they would win even further, and unfortunately these two were unlucky not to get there. JD looking to get that first win, and Kirby, I think he's just thinking, since I can't come third this time, I might as well come first. So I'm sure both of these guys are ready to go and get their track started.
Absolutely. Well, this guy played against Sean Hunter and Dan Allen last time. He is 0-1. He is Kirby the Conqueror French. Live long and conquer, he says. How are you, my friend?
Trademark that. Put it on a t-shirt. Get me paid.
Get me paid, man.
I was about to say, hey, if you can throw a TMGeek logo on there, I'll take it. I'll take part of those rights. What's up, man? And how have you been studying since your last match?
Well, my last match I lost on a 5-point Blade 2 question, so I watched Blade 1 and 2 last night. I was gonna watch the third one, but it was like midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning, so I was like, I'm gonna go to sleep instead.
Nice. I don't blame you there. Blade Trinity.
It's not a good movie, anyways.
I actually like it. I like that one.
I did too. I'm not gonna lie.
Guess I'm outnumbered then. Shit.
Fair enough. Anyway, what do you think about? Did you do any studying up on JD?
I did. I watched his triple threat. Didn't do too great in that DC category, but that's the thing where it's like you think DC, you think Batman and Superman. But then there are like these random ones that are only technically owned by DC that you wouldn't think of. So can't really blame him. And the manager of one of the players said that he knows JD, and he said that he knows it. He did not play to the potential that he could, and I have no reason to not believe that. So I'm not underestimating him. I'm not taking him lightly.
Absolutely. All right, good stuff, Aaron. Anything else for Kirby before we drop into the back?
No, man, just as always, best of luck to you.
Thank you.
Yep, good luck, buddy. We'll see you in a minute. And bringing forth his competitor, he played in his rookie brawl against Alex Martinez and Noah McCausland. He is 0-1 as well. He is JD Domash. What's up, buddy?
Hey, how's it going? I'm alive.
That is a positive, a step in the right direction, if you will. So I will ask you the same question I asked Kirby. How have you prepared since your last match?
Well, I watched Batman 66 for the first time today.
Nice.
So that was interesting. There are 4 different kinds of oceanic bat repellent. That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
They bought it on the Bat credit card, so.
Yeah, but different movie though. But I know where you're going with that.
Right.
It's the same movie. Let's be real.
One time in my life, I was like, I would want to buy down on eBay once, but not anymore.
Batbay. All right. So yeah, we will. So let's talk about. Did you do any spying on Kirby's triple threat match? Did you check out Kirby?
No, unfortunately not. But ultimately, I feel like that there's a lot I needed to do, a lot I need to improve on. So that's what I'm trying to do right now. And then I think the next phase will be like studying my competitors.
Yeah, that's fair. It's always interesting to get into the minds of the rookies, see where who's getting into the minds of their competitors, who's just focusing on themselves and trying to improve their own knowledge. Aaron, anything for JD before we get started?
No, man, just the same thing to you. Best of luck. Let's get this game going.
Yep.
All right, absolutely. Let's bring Kirby the Conqueror back in. I agree with you. Batman 6 does fucking rule. All right.
It's fine. It was
So, since I am not good at the whole speaking thing, I'll go over the rules for the match, and then I'll let Aaron take over the rules for the round by round. So the whole match, you can earn 30 plus points. You do get 3 repeats and 1 challenge per competitor. Please keep your hands up and on screen throughout the match. We will give verbal warnings throughout if needed. So round by round breakdown, this is a 3-round match. Round 1, you can earn 10 points plus a perfect round bonus question. Round 2, you can earn 10 points plus any steal opportunities. Round 3, you can just earn 10 points. So go ahead and set yourself up to be in a good position for that. And I'll let Aaron take away the round 1 rules for you.
Absolutely. In round number 1, we're going to ask you guys 10 questions in 10 different geek categories. Each of them are worth 1 point. They will be probably some of the easiest questions you'll get, so these are the points you want to get early. If you happen to get all 10 of them correct, though it rarely happens, so you may need to remind us that you need an extra question for your bonus round. Remember, you guys also have 3 repeats and 1 challenge. Those will be with you through the whole match, but if you do need one in the first round, don't be afraid to ask. Any questions, gentlemen?
Nope.
All right. And just be sure, as a friendly reminder, all answers do go on the whiteboard. Make sure you leave it turned long enough just so that we can read it and verify what you wrote is correct as well. And hands on screen when you're not writing.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Good luck, gentlemen. And we'll go ahead and pass it over to Aaron for question numero uno.
All right. Question number 1 is going to come to you guys in the geek category of Spider-Man. That's the swinging dude. In Spider-Man Homecoming. Oh, let me rephrase that. Excuse me. Spider-Man Homecoming sees Peter save his friends when they get trapped in what famous building in Washington, D.C.? English is my first language, but it's not always my easiest.
I trip over my words all the time, so that's why I let you read the rules. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pins down, hands up.
Let's go ahead and go to the Conqueror.
Washington Monuments.
That is correct. And JD?
Didn't have it.
All right. So right there, the Conqueror draws blood. 1-0 going into question 2.
All right. Excellent job. Question 2 falls in the category of Wizarding World. In the Chamber of Secrets, who is the first victim to be petrified by the basilisk? My basilisk don't want none unless you got buns, hun. No, I'm just kidding. 5,
Mr.
4,
Mix-a-Lot?
3.
Repeat the question.
Yeah, repeat it up for JD is first. Your category is Wizarding World. In the Chamber of Secret, who is the first victim to be petrified by the basilisk? I think Sir Nicola. 5, 4.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
2.
90s rappers, not a strength.
5. Hands down. We'll go to JD first.
This is wrong, but Bill Weasley.
Kirby.
I think it's the kid with the camera, but I don't remember his name, so I said Hermione.
Those are both incorrect. We were looking for Argus Filch's cat, Mrs. Norris. Mrs. Norris.
That's right. That's right.
Oh,
all right.
So I was wrong on all fronts.
The basilisk is like a man. It always goes for the cat first. Next up is the category of MCU. MCU. Your question is, in Ant-Man and the Wasp, Scott told Hank and Hope he shrank down the Pym suit and he hid it inside of what item? This is just a friendly reminder for all of our geek players who may be watching. Thanks to Scott Lang, we know that Mjolnir is actually pronounced Jonathan.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pim's down. Pim's down. You heard that?
We'll go ahead and go to Kirby before we make one more pun.
I know.
Trophy.
Gotcha there, JD.
Trophy.
That is correct, gentlemen. Points on the board for JD, 2-1.
All right. Excellent job, gentlemen. Everybody's on the board. All right. Your fourth category comes in the realm of Middle Earth. Middle Earth. Flame of the West is the given name of what sword that is presented to Aragorn?
Only in Lord of the Rings would you have a unique name for both every dwarf and every weapon. Our competitors giving the blank stares I sat through The Hobbit with as well.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pins down. We'll start with JD.
Yeah, nothing.
And Kirby, did you come up with anything?
I couldn't even think of a joke answer.
All
Yeah,
right.
me either. I couldn't come up with a joke answer at all. I thought about it. I'm like, no. No.
That's a tough one. It was Anduril. Anduril. Name of the West.
That's right. Elder. Ah, God.
Yeah, Andoril. That's normal. All right, guys. I really like Marvel movies, so let's keep with them. The next question is for X-Men films. X-Men films. And your question is, what soda brand does Wolverine grab out of the cupboard in the mansion and has Bobby Drake freeze with his superpowers in X2, X-Men United?
Or just a soda. Just a soda.
Pick a soda brand.
Thankfully, there's only an infinite number of these.
Exactly. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pins down.
Let's go ahead and go to Kirby.
Oh, Pepsi.
And JD.
I went with Mountain Dew.
Both very good brands. We were looking for the other Pepsi brand, Dr. Pepper.
Yep.
See, so many people don't use that brand that I didn't even register in my mind as a guess.
Fuck you! I love Dr. Pepper. Question.
I love Dr. Pepper too, but they never use it as product placement.
All in the same family there. All right, moving on to question number 6, which is in the category of quotes. Quote. Who in the DCEU or Worlds of DC says the quote, "How is it that I can breathe underwater, but you can still drink me under the table?"
Yeah, unfortunately, at the moment, I'm attempting to get sponsored by Coke because that's all I have sitting in front of me. But
I'm proudly sponsored by Mooney Wormtail Padfoot and Prom.
they got money.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pins down. Boards up. We'll go to JD
I went with Aquaman or Arthur.
and Kirby.
I also said Aquaman, even though I'm scared it's too obvious.
Nope. The obvious answer is correct. It is Aquaman or Arthur Curry.
All right. Question number 7 is going to come to you in the category of Star Trek. Your question is, what personal item does Kirk sell at the pawn shop in San Francisco in Star Trek IV, The Voyage Home?
No, it is not a Rolex. 5, 4, 3, 2,
Could be.
pins down.
All right, we'll go ahead and go to JD
I went with a book.
and Kirby. I did that backwards, but who cares?
All right.
It's like baseball.
Both items that could be worth money. We were looking for his reading glasses because he's not very smart.
I just thought of like that. I thought of Raffle Khan, and I still haven't watched A Voyage Home yet. It's still on my radar. So I'm like, he's in the book. So,
Very true. All right, moving on to category number 8, which is Star Wars. Nothing but Star Wars. Who provides the voice of Ahsoka Tano in the Clone Wars movie?
Star Wars. Nothing but Star Wars. Let the Star Wars stay.
Hey, if you sing any more of that song, we're getting sued, okay?
Yeah,
Okay.
It's coming out of your pocket.
I'm gonna get a copyright claim. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pins down. We will.
Repeat the question.
Yep, I can repeat for Kirby.
That's fine. He's on delay, yeah.
Yeah, that is absolutely fine. Oh, sorry. Okay. I'm on the wrong one. Repeat for Kirby. His first repeat in the category of Star Wars. Who provides the voice of Ahsoka Tano in the Clone Wars movie? JD looking to tie it up here, possibly. If Kirby can't pull this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pins down. Let's see if Kirby can pull it. Go ahead, Kirby.
I couldn't. I just said Terror Strong.
JD.
That would be the very wickedly talented Adele. No, it's Ashley Eckstein.
It is Ashley Eckstein, however you want to pronounce her last name. That is correct. So we have a tie ball game, fellas.
All right. Speaking of things that went about as well as Adele Dazeem, we have DC Films up next. DC Films. That reference will make sense in a minute. Who plays Zoltar, mentor and friend to Kara Zor-El in Supergirl?
As Kirby mentioned, those frequently forgotten DC flicks.
Not because it's not obvious, just because it's forgettable.
Yeah. 5, 4.
Classics like this and Catwoman, Jonah Hex.
Pins down.
Such good classics. All right. Let's go to Kirby.
Russell Crowe.
Don't think he was an actor yet. JD.
What the fuck? I did
Peter O'Toole. We were looking for Peter O'Toole. God bless
They
his.
got Peter O'Toole. That's amazing. Oh,
They had money, man. They had money. All right.
They did have money. They just
they
didn't know
didn't
how
have much else, but they had money.
All right, guys. Your 10th and final question in this match, in this match.
Oh,
Gee,
this match? I would love to be this match.
Yeah.
in the
Get out
match,
of here.
like round 1, that's it. Match over. No, I'm just kidding. All right,
I'm
10th and final question in round number 1 comes in the category of plot summary. I'm going to give you the plot summary of a IG film or a geek film, and you are going to give me the film. After winning an extra-dimensional tournament to save their realm, a group of warriors discover the rules have changed when an interdimensional tyrant invades the Earth and vows to destroy it in 6 days.
Speaking of classics.
Oh, man.
This is insanity if this is what I think it is.
Repeat the question.
Absolutely. Kirby with his second repeat. In the category of plot summary. After winning an extra-dimensional tournament to save their realm, a group of warriors discover the rules have now changed when an interdimensional tyrant invades the Earth and vows to destroy it in 6 days.
I see you did the players, the audience, and yourself a favor by not writing a 5-paragraph essay summary there. I'm sure it's appreciated on all fronts.
For sure. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, and we'll go to Kirby.
Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
And JD.
Then you will die. Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
That is correct for 1 point each, and we are tied, boys, going out of round number 1. Great goals. 4-4. All right, so as stated before the match, I told these guys in their last matches, Kirby did score a little bit higher in his final total score. So he will have the advantage.
A little bit higher.
A little bit higher. He will have the advantage in this situation in a tie. So I will let Aaron read off the rules for round number 2, and I'll go ahead and get the wheel started pulling up.
Absolutely. In round number 2, you guys are going to spin a wheel. Well, you guys as relative. We're going to spin a wheel, and a category will come up. If you don't like your first category, unless it's opponent's choice, you do have one option to respin. Whatever category you get by however you get it, you will have 5 questions, each worth up to 2 points. If you need a little bit of extra help, you can get multiple choice, but that will reduce the value to 1 point. And opponents, please be paying attention because you will have the opportunity to steal should your opponent miss. As a friendly reminder, you still have your repeats and challenges. Kirby, you contain 1. JD, you have 2. And if possible, hands up on screen at all times.
Yep.
All right. So here we go. Here's your wheel, and I'll go through the categories as were put in the chat. No strengths will be announced. So here we go. The categories for this evening. Batman, no quad series, so that means no Tim Burton or Joel Schumacher directed Batman film. MCU, Marvel, Middle Earth, scores and soundtracks, Star Trek, Star Wars, Wizarding World, and of course spinners and opponent's choice. So Kirby, since you have the advantage here, you can decide if you would like to spin first or send that over to JD.
I'll let JD spin first.
All right, gonna send it over to JD for his first spin. JD, are you ready, buddy?
Yep.
All right, your first spin is in. You do get a mulligan. That's all for respin. And it lands on Batman No Quad. Batman No Quad. Would you like to keep it?
Yeah, I'll keep it.
Here we go. So we have JD's round number 2 coming up, and he spun Batman No Quad, which is no Tim Burton or Joel Schumacher directed films. So we will get started with those right now. In the Dark Knight, when Scarecrow and the Russian Mafia are dealing his fear-inducing drugs in the parking garage, the tumbler pulls up, and the setting is seen switching in the tumbler from loiter to what word?
Multiple choice. I know where you're going with it, though.
All right, multiple choice. Is it A, frighten, B, terrify, C, intimidate, or D, threaten?
Can I get a repeat of the options?
Absolutely. You get 1 free repeat of the options. Is it A, frighten, B, terrify, C, intimidate, or D, threaten?
C.
C, intimidate is correct for 1 point. All right, so we move on. Your second question in Batman films non-quad. Who plays Steppenwolf in Justice League?
I know who the name is, but I'm gonna butcher the name, so I'm gonna do multiple choice so I can just get them.
All right. Is it A, Wentworth Miller, B, Dominic Purcell, C, Rory McCann, or D, Ciaran Hinds?
D. Ciaran Hinds.
That is correct for 1 point.
Not that it matters, but for the record, as someone who's Irish, Kieran Hines.
I knew that was coming, but all right. Your third question in the realm of Batman, non-Burton Schumacher. When arriving for Jim Gordon's retirement gala in the Lego Batman movie, Batman tells the paparazzi that he is going to give them 3 poses. What is the name of the first pose?
Oh God, multiple choice.
All right. Is it called A, Oops, I Did It Again, B, Kissy Face, C, Party Face, or D, The Bad Boy?
I'm gonna go with B.
B, Kissy Face is correct for 1 point. JD working his way through this category excellently. All right, so we're going on now to your fourth question, your penultimate question in round number 2. In Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, who plays amputee employee of Wayne Enterprises, Wallace Keefe?
Scoot McNeary.
That is correct for 2 big points. And your final question. In Batman Mask of the Phantasm, when Batman pursues the killer but is interrupted by the police and is rescued from arrest by Andrea, Andrea explains her and her father were hiding where from Valestra's mob?
Multiple choice.
Is it A, the Mediterranean Sea, B, the Chinese coast, C, the Taiwanese coast, or D, the Pacific Ocean?
I believe it's the Mediterranean Sea.
That is correct for 1 point. JD doing a great job in Batman there. So hitting all of those questions, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points. All right, so getting his score up to 10. And we move on to Kirby's round number 2. All right, so here we go. Let's see. All right. Share this. All right, Kirby, your first spin. Everything is available except for Batman No Quad. Are you ready, sir?
Let's go.
All right, here we go. Ooh, and it lands on opponent's choice. All right, so we'll go down and I'll let JD know what is available. We have MCU, Marvel, Middle Earth, scores and soundtracks, Star Trek, Star Wars, Wizarding World, And if you wanted to, I guess you could give him spinner's choice. JD, you are
I'm on
mute.
mute. Sorry, I'm on mute. All right, I'm thinking scores and soundtracks.
Scores and soundtracks. All right, we will go scores and soundtrack. And Ron, since I gave JD his round number 2, I will allow you to take that away, buddy.
Absolutely. Once again, friendly reminder, need to see hands on screen at all times. Thank you both.
Yep.
All right. All right, Kirby, 5 questions are going to come in the category of scores and soundtracks. Your question number 1 is, what is the only live-action Star Wars film to at least not be partially composed by John Williams?
Solo, A Star Wars Story.
Fortunately, that is incorrect, so we will go on to JD. Question is, what is the only live-action Star Wars film not to be at least partially composed by John Williams?
So you said live action. All right. So that if it's live action only, then it would be Rogue One, a Star Wars story.
That is correct for 2 points.
Big 2-point steal there by JD.
All right. In scores and soundtracks, Kirby, question number 2. Who composed the score for X-Men Days of Future Past?
Five.
James Horner.
That is incorrect. So we will move over for the potential for another 2-point steal here from JD. Who composed the score for X-Men Days of Future Past?
I believe is that I'm gonna butcher the name. Troy Allman or something along those lines. I'm okay with getting it wrong.
You may have butchered that gentleman's name, but it is not correct. We were looking for John Ottman.
Yep, Ottman. Yep. Yeah, didn't get the first name. I figured as much.
All right. Kirby, question number 3 in scores and soundtracks. What song plays during the opening scene of Iron Man?
Back in Black by AC/DC.
That is going to be correct for a big 2 points to put him closer to being back into the game. You have 2 questions left. Question number 4 is, who composed Star Trek Nemesis?
Jerry Goldsmith.
That'll be another big 2 points. And despite the rough start, he is possible to be within 2 if he gets this correct for 2 points. Kirby, your final question in scores and soundtracks. What is the first song Peter Quill listens to as he dances around on the abandoned planet of Morag in Guardians of the Galaxy?
Come Get Your Love.
That is going to be correct for 2 points.
Great recovery by Kirby there. Rough start, but great recovery. So excellent job in round 2 by both competitors. 12-10. JD has a 2-point advantage. As we move into round number 3, Aaron, tell us how round number 3 works.
Absolutely. In round number 3, you guys are going to pick 3 random numbers that fall between 1 and 12. Each number corresponds directly with a category. In order that you select the numbers will be the order in which, for how many points they are worth. Number 1 is worth 2 points. Number 2 is worth 3 points. And number 3 is worth 5 points. If numbers don't make sense, we'll get to it as we get along. We are going to go back and forth until one person can no longer take the lead and has definitively won. You also hang on to your repeats and challenges. Kirby, you have 1 repeat. JD, you have 2. And challenges remain for both should you feel the need to hate us. Are there any questions from you guys?
Nope, I'm good.
All right. So with that, JD, because you are in the lead, you will be picking your numbers first. So can I get 3 numbers from 1 to 12?
We'll go 4, 12, and 8.
4, 12, and 8. Kirby, I need 4 numbers from you, 1 through 12. None of them can be a multiple of 4.
10, 11, 12.
12 was one of our selected numbers.
Can't
Make
have,
it easy for you.
can't have 12. But
Oh, damn. Okay. 10, 11, and 5.
5.
There we go.
All right.
I appreciate your attempt, though.
For sure. All right. Since Aaron gave Kirby his round 2s and Kirby is 2 points down, I will go ahead and administer Kirby's round number 3 questions, and we'll start off with him. And you selected number 10, and that corresponds to movie quotes. Movie quotes. All right, so your 2-pointer, Mr. French, in the realm of movie quotes. In Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, who says, "You're not eating, you barely sleep. It's taken hold of you, Mr. Frodo"?
I'll say Samwise.
That is correct for 2 points to tie the game. And since JD has more questions to answer, we'll send it over to JD.
Absolutely. All right, JD, your first question came from the number 4, which will saddle you with the category of Wizarding World.
Yeah, okay.
And your question from the Wizarding World is, who portrayed Professor Gilderoy Lockhart in Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets?
Kenneth Branagh.
And that is going to be correct for another 2 points to send it back to Kirby.
All right, back and forth we go like a game of Pong. These two probably don't even know what that is.
No, it is.
Your 3-pointer, Kirby, falls in number 11, and that corresponds to heroes and villains. Heroes and villains. All right, and your questions are for 3 big points, and to send it back over to JD. What is Theoden King's father's name, according to Gandalf, when he's removing his curse in Edoras in the Two Towers? What are the chances? Two Towers questions. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. No, I know Kirby's on a delay. So we were looking for Thingel, son of Thingel. All right. So Kirby will need to hit this 5-pointer to remain in the match. All right. So, and the 5-pointer, not or maybe he planned it this way, corresponds to number 5, which appropriately corresponds to Middle Earth. Middle Earth. All right. So your question in Middle Earth for 5 big points. You do have 1 repeat remaining. Don't forget about that. And we need the answer to this question. What is the name of the ring that Aragorn wears, which contains 2 serpents with emerald eyes, one devouring the other, thought to be worn by Isildur's heir, according to a book read by Saruman in the Two Towers? That was a serious stroke of luck to get 3 Two Tower questions.
They're deep movies.
In 5, 4.
You say luck. I disagree. I'm using my last repeat.
All right. Kirby's using his last repeat. All right, buddy. You're for 5 points. What is the name of the ring that Aragorn wears, which contains 2 serpents with emerald eyes, one devouring the other, thought to be worn by Isildur's heir, according to a book read by Saruman in the 2 Towers? In 5, 4, 3, 2,
The
1.
serpent's tail.
That is incorrect. And your winner, J.D. Domash.
I can't believe this.
We're looking for the Ring of Barahir. The Ring of Barahir.
That's
That was a killer round 3 for Kirby. All Lord of the Rings questions. That was a.
those films are so deep. Like the first 10 minutes, there's like so much dialogue about so much information and just like packed in like the first 10 minutes of the first movie. Like
For
it's
sure.
crazy.
All right, we'll drop Kirby to the back for just a minute. We'll talk to JD, and then we'll bring Kirby back out. All right, JD, so you pick up your first victory in TMGeek.
The first win in the fan leagues ever.
Nice, man. Well, congratulations for sure. Hard-fought victory. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I was about to retire from Inner Geekdom, so I guess that's not happening. So I'm very happy. Kirby played a really good game. Tough round 3, and tough round 2 too. Like some of those are like really tough questions. Like at the solo question, like the one about which one was the live action score, like. He did the themes, Hans' theme, so that's why he wasn't part of it. But it's just like one little song in the whole thing that he did.
It is. I agree.
I give him props. I feel like he's going to get a win eventually.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately, it just wasn't today.
Well, great job, Aaron. Anything for JD?
No, man, just congratulations. It was a solid game. You know, that round 2 was very well done with the Batman films. And yeah, you are 1-1 now. The world is in front of you, and you'll have another new set of players with a similar record to be matched up with. I look forward to having you back then.
Yep, same.
All right, we'll drop JD to the back and bring up Kirby, our unfortunate second place finisher. Dude, a tough round 3, movie quotes, heroes and villains, then Middle Earth, all of them having Middle Earth quality, all of them being from the 2 Towers. That is a rough pull. How are you feeling, though?
You know, maybe I should watch those Lord of the Rings movies. Maybe I should finally get around to doing that.
I speak from experience. It has helped.
Because I haven't seen it.
That is, I think Aaron was in the same boat.
I would have known the king of the Ring of fucking Brosnahan or whatever that was, but I you know, it's helped certainly.
Yeah. I was like, there's no way it's like an actual word like snake tail or anything, but that was I don't know. I couldn't think of any gibberish word to say.
The Lord of the Rings is its own language at this point. It is not English.
This is true. You recovered well in that scores and soundtracks round. Started off a little rough. I mean, that Star Wars question is a hard one. It's a little bit of a tricky one. But yeah,
I knew I had a good shot with that one.
Yeah, 50-50 pretty much. So you did the right thing, but you know, you just you're coming off of 2 very close losses. So is there anybody that you could see yourself going up against to try to get some revenge and get that first win on the board?
I'm not sure as far as TMGeek goes, but I'm definitely waiting for another singles and teams match. I know that I wanted to take on Hunter in singles at some point, so I'm still kind of waiting on that one.
All right. Well, I will definitely talk to Papa West and make that happen. But as far as Geek, we will go through the roster and see who else is 0-2 or maybe 1-1 and get you lined up. But thank you for participating. We'll drop you to the back and we'll close this thing out for the night. All right, another great match in the books. Hard-fought battle throughout the end. Kirby just couldn't pull those. That was crazy though to get 3 Lord of the Rings questions just out of random categories like that. I don't think you could do that again. Pick 3 random numbers like that. So, any closing thoughts, Ron?
As someone who understands shit luck, I can't help but feel bad for Kirby. That was just an unfortunate mess of a situation. At least he had enough wherewithal to guess Samwise.
True.
That did help. But yeah, it a tough start for round 1 for both. I'm sure they were both hoping to do a little better than 4 points, but solid round 2s all around. 6 of 10 on an opponent's choice is solid, and JD did really well with the Batman category. But at the end of the day, really what it came down to was that Star Wars question. I mean, it's a 2-point difference, and that steal was truthfully what put JD over. And at the end of the day, whether it's, a barn burner like the title matches we've had, or one where these guys are getting their feet and getting in and starting to improve, it's sometimes just that one question that makes the difference, and that's what it was today.
Absolutely, and it it shows these guys kind of where their weak spots are and where they can improve for their next match. So, they'll both be back obviously for another match. Hopefully, we'll get them in at least one more match before the tournament starts. We do have a big announcement coming up, guys. So please tune in for that. I will have more details for that on the page and throughout these other matches. Announcements for now. Sunday, June 20th, that's this Sunday coming up. We have, after this match, we'll have Alex Martinez facing off against Dan Skip Allen at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And then we have our finale for the evening, Papa West facing off against Chris Diaz. Seeing that's 2 0-3 players, which is surprising to me. But 2 0-3 players, seeing who can get their first victory in TMGeek, maybe who can get a leg up and maybe get into the tournament. So some good matches coming your way. Tune into all of them. Give us a like, share, and subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. I want to thank Aaron and obviously Kirby and JD and my wonderful girlfriend for helping produce in the back. It's been a great night. And like I said, tune in for the rest of the matches and stay tuned onto the page for sure because we have a huge announcement coming up. I have been your host, Kevin the Philosopher Poss, for Aaron and everyone else I announced. We will see you next time. Keep geeking out.